Everything is getting bigger these days, from mortgage payments to pandemic-afflicted waistline. And it looks like one of America's favorite SUVs is growing in size and stature as well. That's really the big news for the 2023 Honda Pilot, which gets a thorough redesign for the new model year. It rides on a new, dedicated light truck chassis and features more length, more wheelbase, more track width, more interior space, more power, more technology, and even more off-road capability than ever before. Yep, the keyword for the 2023 Pilot is simply more. It's what Americans want, and it's what Americans are about to get. Today in this video we're gonna touch many features of this amazing Japanese SUV, so be attention and don't waste and skip any second of this review, and don't forget to hit like button down below. And now let's go. Exterior. Honda took more than a few hits over the third generation Pilot styling and interior, which seemed too similar to a minivan at a time when rugged styling, knobby tires, and an overlanding lifestyle skyrocketed in popularity. The new Pilot styling is indeed more angular and upright, less car-like than ever before, but I don't know that I'd term it all that rugged. It's longer than its predecessor by nearly 3 inches and rides on a chassis with a longer wheelbase and wider track, giving the SUV a larger footprint than ever. Various trim levels will have differing details on the Pilot's designs, such as black or chrome for the more upright grille, wheel sizes ranging from 18 to 20 inches, and things like chrome exhaust finishers or black roof rails. But for the true adventurers, the TrailSport trim level represents Honda's most off-road capable SUV ever. And the ruggedizing is more than just giving it some knobby tires. The TrailSport also gets an exclusive off-road suspension with a 1-inch overall lift and greater wheel articulation, a set of underbody skid plates, unique stabilizer bars, plus a new Trail Watch camera system that activates automatically at speeds under 15 miles per hour when the Pilot is in trail mode, one of 7 selectable drive modes. A new torque vectoring all-wheel drive system that's more robust and responsive than before is standard on the TrailSport and optional on all other trims except the range-topping Elite. So, with the all-new 2023 Pilot, Honda makes the model look more like an SUV and less like a minivan. Blunt front styling, a long hood, flared fenders, bigger tires, raised roof rails, a kinked C-pillar, and trapezoidal rear windows all lend the new Pilot a more outdoorsy and adventurous look. Honda also pulls the cabin back on the platform, increasing the dashboard to axle ratio for improved proportion. The 2023 Pilot grows 3.4 inches in overall length, has a 2.8 inches longer wheelbase, and features wider front and rear tracks. Sport trim has a black grille, black exterior trim, and shark gray 20 inches alloy wheels. Choose the Pilot XL for chrome grille detailing, chrome exterior trim, and 5-spoke 18 inches wheels with a machined finish. Touring and Elite trim levels feature an exclusive black grille design, black B-pillar trim, dual chrome-tipped exhaust outlets, and 7-spoke 20 inches wheels with a machined finish. Interior. Being a family-friendly SUV, the 2023 Pilot's cabin is designed with that use case in mind. All models are capable of sitting up to 8 in the 3 rows, but the XL trim can be had with optional second-row captain's chairs that reduce passenger capacity to 7. Captain's chairs are standard on the TrailSport. The Touring and Elite models come with a second-row seat design where the middle seat portion can be removed and stored under the floor in the cargo area, when not needed. Honda boasts that 8 of the Pilot's cup holders are capable of holding big 32-ounce water bottles, and that its cargo area is more voluminous than ever before. When we get a chance, we'll see for ourselves how many suitcases can fit inside the Pilot's cargo area, and update this story with test results. The Pilot's extra length gets put to good use for second and third row passengers. This was a shortcoming of the previous Pilot. It had a small third row that didn't fit adults comfortably and couldn't match up with larger competitors. Honda says that second row legroom has grown by 2.4 inches and third row only by 0.6 inches. But all of those gains help out the third row the most since the second row has the ability to slide back and forth. I am just under 6 feet tall, and after I set up the driver's seat and moved up the second row to a position where it was still comfortable and had a few inches of space between my knees and the seat back, there was enough room in the third row for me to fit. The third row seat cushion is a bit low, so your thighs lift up off the cushion, so it won't be great for long trips, but for anything 2 hours and under, the third row can now fit 2 adults without you feeling guilty for putting anyone back there. Most other 3-row SUVs make you choose between a 7-passenger setup with captain's chairs or an 8-passenger configuration with a bench seat. No ifs, ands, or buts. But in the Pilot you can have both, thanks to a removable middle seat for the second row that's available on Touring and Elite models. That way, if you happen to pick up another passenger and need a place to put them, there's a spot for that butt. The seat stores in a bin under the rear cargo area when not needed and weighs 20-25 pounds, so it can be moved and installed fairly easily. Technology. All 2023 Honda Pilots have a 7 inches digital instrumentation panel except for the Elite, which features a larger 10.2 inches display. With Sport trim, the digital gauges pair with a 7 inches touchscreen infotainment system, while all other Pilots benefit from a 9 inches touchscreen setup. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard in all 2023 Pilots, but only the larger 9 inches screen offers wireless smartphone mirroring tech. It also has a faster processor for faster response to inputs, and an embedded navigation system. Choose the Pilot Touring or the Pilot Elite to get a 12-speaker Bose Centerpoint surround sound audio system. Only the Elite has a color head-up display. A new Trail Watch camera system is standard with TrailSport and Elite trim. This forward view camera helps the driver see what's ahead of the SUV and works at speeds up to 15 miles per hour. Later, if the Pilot's speed drops below 12 miles per hour, Trail Watch will automatically reactivate until you turn it off. Most trims enter the 2023 model year with a 9.0 inches touchscreen infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a decent upgrade over last year's 8.0 inches system. That said, the base Pilot Sport actually gets a downgrade to a 7.0 inches setup. All models feature a semi-digital instrument cluster, and Elite trims get a 10.2 inches instrument panel display. A new Trail Watch camera system is standard with the Pilot TrailSport and Pilot Elite. Like the 2022 Pilot, the all-new 2023 model comes with a 3.5-liter V6 engine. However, in the new generation SUV it makes 285 horsepower, a 5 horsepower increase over last year. The 2023 Pilot has ditched the old 9-speed automatic transmission for a new 10-speed unit, although the SUV remains a front-wheel drive-based model with all-wheel drive available as an option. We got a chance to sample a prototype of the most rugged TrailSport model on real-world off-road trails near Breckenridge, Colorado. The TrailSport proved itself capable of the moderately difficult terrain we encountered, but Honda admitted they haven't created a rock-crawling super machine that's intended to tackle Moab alongside Broncos, Wranglers, and 4Runners. The Pilot TrailSport has a special suspension with a 1.0-inch lift, steel skid plates, all-terrain tires, a hill descent control system, and a specially tuned all-wheel drive system with a trail driving mode. Honda fits the redesigned Pilot with an updated version of the brand's 3.5-liter V6, now making 285 horsepower and 262 pounds-ft of torque. The engine is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission in place of the outgoing model's 9-speed, and most trims feature FWD as standard and offer odd. We don't expect significantly better fuel economy than last year's 21-23 mpg combined, which is unfortunate considering Honda doesn't offer a hybrid like Toyota does with the Highlander. Driving. The TrailSport isn't meant for the extreme rock climbing heroics that a Jeep Wrangler could handle, but it's arguably the truest off-roader among its closest competitors. It has its own special suspension setup for greater axle articulation and wheel travel than a regular tarmac-spec new Pilot, and rides an inch higher. This makes it a comfortable drive, even over rough surfaces. The TrailSport's all-wheel drive system can send 70% of torque to the rear wheel, with the ability to send all of that to just one wheel if the other is losing grip and traction. Active noise cancellation is standard, while Honda has also paid particular attention to sound insulation in the quest for a quiet cabin. Not even the all-terrain tires of the TrailSport model should be intrusive. We've spent hundreds of hours driving and researching the current collection of midsize 3-row SUV, including early versions of this new Pilot.